Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. Good day. Praying Medic is one of my favorite to look at. Uh, Makes some really important statements here with Barr and Mueller and Mueller's indictments against Trump's wife and children.
Sealed indictments, D.C., blockade, last resort, installed post-Sessions departure and Whitaker assumption. Sealed indictment count, D.C., post-Sessions departure. Sealed indictment count, D.C., pre-Whitaker assumption. Power of Barr. Can a sealed indictment be pulled post-filing? Mueller reports to Barr, Bruce Orr in brackets, deposition last week. Bruce Orr testimony dump thereafter. Bruce Orr departure thereafter. What other dumps are scheduled to occur? Think timing. Let me clear up some of these really quickly before we go. One of the advantages of waiting a few days to post these and do a video on them is that we have answers to a lot of this now. Today, Q has indicated that Mueller did actually place some indictments in D.C. courts against Ivanka Trump, Don Jr., and Jared Kushner as kind
Well, Ivanka Trump, Don Jr., and Mueller did some indictments. But listen what happened.
of a, I guess Q referred to it as a insurance policy to hold that over Trump, over President Trump. Q has also indicated that Barr pulled those indictments, got rid of them. And so we have an answer on that. Also, Q indicates Bruce Orr's deposition last week. Bruce Orr's testimony, the transcripts are coming out and we're getting reports on that. And of course now we're finding out that Bruce Orr was a cooperating witness, and we've known that for a long time. Q told us that last year, but that is just being reported in the news. So that is an update on that part. That's the first part of a long post. Here's the second part. Let me read this to you. Talking about Nancy Pelosi, she's in brackets as well. Did she pull her threat to impeach the president? Yes, she did. Effort to prevent declass. Right. So Q has been telling us for a while that the president is holding the declassification of FISA docs as a weapon against Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and his enemies. Then there was a letter to
Against Pelosi and Schumer. It's interesting, holding that as a weapon against those two. Both of them need to go to jail as far as I'm concerned. We'll see what happens in time. But it's coming down to a head battle, and they know it.
POTUS from Pelosi and Schumer today. I'll show you that in a minute. What was the subject of the letter? Was the impeachment threat, this is Pelosi's threat, real? Or was it talking points to satisfy the loony left, sheep who do not think for themselves base? Talking points meant to project outrage across America using fake news, blowhorn, to justify fake investigations and take in donor support. Impeachment requires facts. Impeachment requires a 2/3 vote in the Senate. Propaganda arm of the D party, fake news in brackets, is losing control of the narrative. The truth will always win. Transparency and equal justice under the law. Save America. Q. So this is Pelosi's statement. She said, I'm not for impeachment of Donald Trump. She knows that she can't get Trump impeached. She's just allowing people on the Democrat Party to use that rhetoric to stir up anti-Trump sentiment. They never really had a chance to do that, and I think she knows that. After the president submitted his budget proposal, which included $8.6 billion for a wall, Pelosi and Schumer issued a joint statement to Trump warning him not to go down that road again. They don't want another government shutdown, and Trump just better knock that off because this ineffective and stupid wall idea needs to go away. Well, we know that the president will fund and continue building the wall with the military, but exposing the agenda of Pelosi and Schumer to prioritize illegal immigrants over citizens is important. Optics matter. All right, and something to bear in mind.
So we know that there's illegal immigrants and the votes are on it, and the illegal voting process has all been part of the Democratic Party. And we also know it's been some part of the Republican Party as well. Uh, this all needs to be cleaned up if it can be done, because this illegal voting fraud in both parties is just not only is it illegal and sickening, but it's dangerous to say the least. Dangerous to say the least. Just pathetic.
A lot of people are screaming that the president needs to declassify the FISA docs. Declass now. We got to get this declassified. Well, declass is a weapon, and the president can only fire that weapon one time. Right now, declassification is being used as a lever to keep his enemies in check. Expending valuable ammunition before the optimal time is foolish, so I'm just suggesting people trust the plan. Trump and his people know it.
All right, so this is what we need to know, that it can only be fired once. It is essential that it be done right, the timing be at the best optimal time possible. Think about that. Think about that. This is a sad fact. 4 to 6% of brainwashed will never wake up regardless of the facts. That's pretty sad, but it's maybe even worse than that.
4 to 6% are brainwashed and will never wake up even when presented with the facts. That is a sad reality. Q posted this, the link to that article about President Trump's accomplishments, memes, and more memes. Wake up, America. Facts matter. Save America.
Wow, I missed something here. They say 53 transcripts have been done against stuff that's been going on against Trump in the 2016 election. Wow, that's insane.
Think about it. All right, George Papadopoulos retweeted a photo of him and his wife Simona walking to Congress to testify before the Senate Intel Committee. This was on March 11th. Also, last October, the House Intel Committee authorized the release of 53 transcripts of people who testified about interference in the 2016 election. All transcripts have not yet been released. FBI agent Michael Gaida's testimony is on the list of transcripts to be released.
They haven't been released yet, but they probably will be. 53 of these transcripts are going to come out in some time in the future. Incredible.
Released. Q linked to George Papadopoulos' tweet and an article in the Epoch Times about Michael Gaida's transcript and the 53 transcripts slated for release. This article here. And Q says, gives a number. The first Papadopoulos tweet is number 1. The article about Gaida's FBI, his testimony is number 2. Q writes, 1 equals 2. Q. So I have been thinking about this. What does Q mean when he says 1 equals 2? This equals this. Papadopoulos' tweet and Gaida's testimony, they're connected somehow. I'm not exactly sure how they're connected.
Now we get into some scary stuff, and really it's handling and treating these whistleblowers, especially the honest ones. This is very disturbing. It says very suspicious things are taking place today concerning my family. This is Nathan Kane. I can't get any details, but it left us more than a little disturbed. Pray for us and our protection. For the public record, I am not suicidal. I am in good health. I avoid risky behavior. Wow. So they're going to try to bump him off and pretend that it's a suicide. This has been done more than once with whistleblowers, to say the least.
Taking place today concerning my family. I can't get into detail, but it left us all more than a little disturbed. Please pray for us and for our protection. For the public record, I am not suicidal. I'm in good health, and I avoid risky behavior. That was published on March 11th. Q posted a link to Nate's status and said, stay in the light, remain in open communications with Senator Graham and Chuck Grassley. regarding Whistleblower Protection Act. They will take your phone calls, Q. So these people are in danger because they are whistleblowers and they're trying to have the truth come out.
We're going to end it there. It's important to know that this battle is real and there are deaths because of whistleblowers, and they get bumped off, or other people that they're trying to do something with. They they don't, these crooks, these criminals in high places don't want this stuff out because they know their butt's on the line, and if they get caught, they're going to jail. So they will do anything, including killing people or threatening people or anything else to stop this stuff from coming out. We're in a serious battle. We've always been there, but it's just more and more obvious now as things come in and Q talks about all these points. Again, this is Roger Mark from Billings, Montana. Take a look at Praying Medic. He's got some great following and some great details. A lot more than I've ever had. Great stuff. Good day.